The MMA Exchange.
Before the spotlight, before the title, before stepping into the cage, there was a kid from Perth with calm eyes and a deep fire. His name, Sebastian Szalay, and this is how he became one of Australia's top prospects in MMA. Szalay wasn't pushed into martial arts, he chose it. He got influence over his father and his brother, and at just 6 years old, he stepped into a dojo for the first time, and it clicked. The structure, the routine, the calmness. Karate wasn't just about throwing kicks and punches, it was about mastering yourself. By age 10, Szalay had already won his first gold medal in karate. And that feeling, standing on the podium, the medal around his neck, the pride in his chest, it stuck with him. At 13 and 14, he was dominating national tournaments, stepping into open weight categories and beating older kids. At 15, he was selected to represent Australia in the WKF Junior World Championships. He placed fourth. Now guys, keep in mind that the last person to place first, second or third was in 1994, but this fueled the fire. Sebastian Szalay kept competing in karate until his early 20s, often placing at high levels in national and international competitions. But there was a need for more that grew inside him. At 23, he made the jump into MMA, and his first amateur fight, a first round knockout, a statement. He went 4-0 as an amateur, but as he started to progress, it was harder to find matchups, and that's when his coach said, "Let's turn pro." In his first pro fight, he won via unanimous decision. But the first hurdle in his MMA career came in his second fight. In his second pro fight, he was matched up with Abdallah Biada, the boogeyman of the Australian regional scene, a powerful fighter who'd competed from featherweight all the way to middleweight. Sebastian was the smaller man, but he took the challenge head on. He lost by decision. At the start of the fight, he was doing very well. His head movement was crisp, his defense was on point, but throughout the fight, he got tired. He ended up losing by decision, but this loss transformed him. It changed his mentality. Sebastian was booked to fight Chris Ustianovsky at Eternal MMA 76. Everything was going to plan until it wasn't. Just before the fight, something just felt off. There was kidney pain, vision problems, fatigue, liver issues, and he nearly collapsed. He was rushed into the hospital, the fight was cancelled, and what followed was 6 months in and out of hospital with no answers from doctors. But once cleared, he began training again, only for it to happen again. And this time he was out for 4 months. But then came the comeback. Eventually Sebastian returned, stronger, smarter, and even more determined. He was booked to fight Joe Davis at Eternal MMA 78 in Sydney. Even during fight week, some doubts started to creep in. What if it happens again? But it didn't. He stepped into the cage and landed a first round knockout. He stated that it wasn't just about the win. It was that he was grateful to be there, to be in the cage, and to be fighting again. After that knockout, Sebastian went on a tear, defeating everyone put in front of him. The streak led him into the Eternal Featherweight Grand Prix. At Eternal 87 in August 2024, in his hometown of Perth, he faced Dimps Gillies in the final. Gillies was known for pressure, for toughness, but Seb did not flinch. He controlled the fight with movement, precision, composure over 5 rounds, and ended up landing a unanimous decision win. Sebastian Szalay was now the Eternal MMA Featherweight Champion. His next fight was at Eternal 92. Sebastian defended his belt against Sar Malone. It was a close, tactical fight. Both men had their moments, but to many, it wasn't that close. I had it a clear 3 rounds to 2 for Sebastian, but the judges had it by split decision. The belt stayed with him, and his composure under pressure shined. Sebastian's style is very different. It's rooted in karate, but has evolved in MMA. A lot of his opponents think that he's just a karate guy with good striking, but they don't realize that he's a whole different ballgame once he steps into the cage. He switches rhythm, changes angles, frustrates opponents, and his awkwardness is a weapon. And his training definitely is that of a champion. He trains 6 days a week, with Sunday being his recovery day. He does things like spiders, meat grinders, which is a simulated fight day. He also takes his recovery very seriously. Recovery isn't optional, it's a part of the process. He states that he likes to sleep because that's when he feels that he's best recovered. He trains 3 times in a day, so recovery is optimal for someone like Sebastian. Sebastian doesn't talk loud, he doesn't chase clout. He trains, he fights, he learns. His calmness isn't an act. It's earned through pain, repetition, self-awareness. He trains in one of the best gyms in the world, freestyle MMA, and having a training partner like Alexander Volkanovski has definitely helped him pave the way to be at this point. Now he's on the road to UFC. For all you guys that don't know, the road to UFC is an Asia Pacific tournament where the winner will get a UFC contract. His opponent is Bargan Jalisi, a late replacement but no easy task. His grappling and submissions are world class, but Sebastian isn't concerned. And this, guys, is where we'll see Sebastian Szalay for the first time in his career on the world stage. His debut on the road to UFC is on March 22nd. Tune in, and Sebastian, good luck.